Hey, Habibi. Let me tell you something, okay? Let me tell you something. There is a reason why I haven't taken raw eggs in such a long time, but I'll take them today just because you're here, right? So the fact that you're here, I'm like, dang, this person already came right now, so I just gotta take some eggs. But I'll tell you why I haven't been taking eggs. This is my fridge. That's how it looks like. I like keeping the fridge open because it starts beeping. But 4 eggs, right? 4 eggs. That's what we're gonna be doing today. Yo, the reason why I stopped taking the eggs, because it's so powerful. No, like seriously, it's actually so powerful. Like, bro, I wake up, because you know, they say, I don't know how to say this, but they say there's a certain way for you to wake up. If you don't wake up that certain way, that means that you're not healthy as a man. So I've been waking up that certain way for so long, and I'm like, this is too much. But it's because of the eggs. But now I'm gonna redo it again just because it's been so long. So why not, right? Why not? Here we go. But yo, today I need to talk to you about something. I hope you're ready for it. There we go. Yeah, I hope you're ready for it. I'm gonna tell you about how there's 2 ways so you can brainwash yourself into success. 2 ways. They both work, but one of them is going to help you 10x your life. The other one is going to help you 100x your life. The one that helps you 100x your life is kind of confusing, but you'll only get to know how to do it when you do the first one. So for me, I've done both. I've literally done both. But when I did the second one, I understood why it works because I've done the first one. So I'll tell you how to do that, okay? So I'm hoping you're listening. Are you listening? So the first thing, right? There we go. The first thing. Let me just wash my hands. Yeah, I'm just gonna wash my hands, okay? Just wait. I'm just washing my hands. Alright, so the first method, and I'm talking about like literally brainwashing yourself. Like you wash the whole thing. Words. Words are powerful, man. I used to go on YouTube videos that are 8 to 10 hours long that have affirmations that say things like, I'm rich, I'm wealthy, things come to me, I can do whatever I want, I'm abundant, things like that, right? So that's what I used to do. I used to listen to those things as soon as I go to sleep. And so I would have my phone next to me. I would have my phone next to me. And then I would be listening to these things constantly in my ear. Sometimes I won't even be able to fall asleep because there is a man just like whispering things in my ear. But what happens, eventually, like I started waking up, and then I started just like thinking that I'm someone who's so rich, someone who's so successful. And this was way before even I started my first business, by the way. No, I started my Amazon business, which failed, and then I started selling physical products, Shopify, and that one succeeded. But it was like that, so I used to always keep these things in my ear, and used to always think, I am rich, I am successful. So that literally helped me brainwash myself, because I understood this concept that says your thoughts dictate your reality, like the way you think is your personality, and your personality makes your personal reality, and all that blah, blah, blah stuff, you know what I mean? So that's what I did, because I'm like, well, okay, I just got to change my thoughts, and that's it. So that's what I did. Another thing I did is that I used to watch a lot of the Tate Confidential. So before Tate was famous, he used to post vlogs on YouTube. And so these vlogs, they didn't even have that many views. So before I would sleep, I used to watch them like a Netflix show, even though I never watch TV shows. But I used to watch those things. So I would watch him go buy a car like it's nothing. I would watch him go make money like it's nothing. I remember he made so much money on cake, the crypto, like it was nothing. And I used to just watch him like, you just made this much in this day and blah, 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 all that stuff. I'm like, wow. So that's what I used to do. This was way before, back when he was famous. Like people didn't even know who Tate was back then. But I used to do that. I used to do that because I'm like, well, okay, in order for me to be someone that's rich, I want to see what a rich life looks like, right? And then that's what I did. So it almost felt like I had like someone who was like a friend It's so sad, right? My friend was on my phone. I used to have like someone like a friend, and I used to watch them like I'm hanging out with them. Like, how much would you pay to be a fly on the wall to see what dictators used to like say to their comrades or to their friends? Do you know what I mean? Like, that's how it felt like. It just felt like I was like a fly in the wall. And I used to see like what are the things that he used to talk about with his brother. Now you won't find take, or I don't know, I didn't really search it up, but you won't find take confidential. But yeah, that's what I used to do. Obviously, I wasn't like, let me replicate his business model, do the same thing he's doing. That's not what I was doing. I was still within the values that I have. Muslim, don't do OnlyFans, don't do webcam, don't do this, don't do haram things, don't cheat people, just like that. But I used to just see what was the way that he was living, and I used to try to like almost like keep that in my brain. And then as a result, because it almost felt like you got a taste of it, you experienced it. Now it's like, this is normal, it's just normal stuff. So this is the first method. So this is actually going to help you 10x your life. It did for me. But what's going to help you 100x your life? Because obviously you don't want to just 10x, you want 100x. Before I say, let me just drink my beautiful beverage right here. Oh, it's been so long I haven't done this. Anyway, yalla, bismillah. Tastes like the farm. There we go. Wow, this was cold. I need something hot. But yeah, that's what I used to do. First method. Second method. The one that I believe in now. 100x your life. And you'll see why, Let me go sit in my usual spot so we can talk about this. We can talk about this beautiful, beautiful method. So here is how it works, okay? If the first method included things like affirmations, words, changing your self-image, and then as a result of you changing your self-image, you're going to change the outside. The second method also does that, but it doesn't change your self-image. It just completely removes your self-image. That's all it is. Basically what it is, right? I started learning more about my own religion, man. This is the funny thing. I started learning more about Islam. Hey, don't fall. Stay here, okay? Stay, don't move. I started learning more about Islam. And then I started doing more dhikr. Dhikr. So through me doing more dhikr, it's basically like you're going past the ego. Because the ego is the limited part of your being. So when you go past the ego, that's where you reach the unlimited part of your being. And so the unlimited part of your being is the part that contains everything. It's the part that knows that whatever you want is already here. All you got to do is just bring your awareness to it, start tuning to it, and that's it, it appears. So that's what I started doing. I started doing more dhikr, I started doing more muraqabah, meditation. Muraqabah just means watching, that's all it is. So I started watching the thoughts within me, just started cleaning this inner being within you. The more you start cleaning the inner being within you, the more that the light of Allah starts shining through you. So when the light of Allah starts shining through you, like ask yourself, would you rather have the light of the ego or something that you've manufactured, which is the ego, which is what I did when I was watching Tate manufacturing this self-image of being rich. This is something that I've manufactured, and this is based on falsehood again. Would you rather have that, or would you rather have the light of Allah flow through you? The light of Allah states that everything is infinite. There is no limitation. All is unlimited. Obviously, you'd say, I want the light of Allah. So that's what I started doing. Just get more connected to Allah. Forget about who you are. Only focus on Allah. And that's the thing, there's a hadith that says, whoever knows themselves knows their Lord. I don't know if it's a hadith or a saying, because some people say it's a hadith, some people say it's just a saying. And it's because the more you start knowing yourself, the more you start knowing which part of you is the one that's limited. And then when you learn about the limited part of you, then the unlimited starts shining through. So when the unlimited starts shining through, now you can live through the world from abundance itself. Abundance itself. Now you live through the world like you already have everything, because in reality, you've already had everything. That's what it states. Because if you're connected to Allah, by the way, and if you're just connected to Allah, doesn't that mean you're connected to the infinite? Everything that you want is already here, because Allah can just say kun fayakun. So then when you start living through this, that's it. Things just start coming to you. You have removed the false. Things come to you. You're living from abundance. And that's what it is. That's truly what it is. So I didn't have to brainwash myself for success. All I had to do is just wash myself from limitation. That's all it is. You're washing yourself. That's it. What are you washing yourself with? With the light of Allah. That's all. That's all it is. And that's the beautiful part. And this is very powerful. And that's what dhikr is. But understand, when you do this, that's what cleansing of the heart is. When you start doing this, by the way, you'll always go back to your old habits, right? Like you'll do your meditation, you'll feel amazing, and then you'll get up and then you might go back to your old habits. But this is something that you do consistently. You have to be doing this constantly. And the more you start doing this, the more that you'll clean your being. This is, by the way, this is something that you'll only be able to get to experience once you do it. This is literally one of those things, because you won't understand what I'm saying until you truly do it. Understand there's two realities. Reality A and reality B. Reality A is what you create from your ego. So if you go and you try to take a bunch of action, you're working so hard, you're hustling, you're learning, you're doing all these things, and then eventually, after 30 years, you become rich. This is reality A. Nowadays, it's actually becoming even shorter because of the online world, but that's still reality A. Reality B states that everything's already here. Why? Because Allah's mercy is already here. So Allah's mercy contains all goodness. Nothing, like everything is already here. That's what it states. Everything good, everything abundance. So because everything is already here, all you gotta do is just tune into it. That's all you do. One way to also help you do this is when you focus on the breath. The breath is very powerful, because the breath is what connects you to the unseen world. Understand that the breath is so unique, by the way. When you're breathing, you're not just breathing oxygen and taking out carbon dioxide and that's it. Not like you're literally breathing from an ocean. You're breathing from an ocean, which is very powerful. And the more you put your awareness back to the breath, then the more you're putting your awareness on the infinite once again. On life itself once again. And there's some beautiful spiritual teachers that talk about this, and they're like, the breath is what's connected to Allah. So if you ever want to be connected to Allah, instantly just focus on the breath. That's why in the Quran, Allah says that He breathed into the human from His own spirit, which means that the breath contains a very deep secret. And this secret, you can only realize it when you put your attention to it. And that's the beauty. So the whole work, and this is why, by the way, this is why it's effortless. Because the whole work is just you putting your attention back on this. So put your attention back on the breath the whole day. You do that the whole day. It's like manual breathing. You do that the whole day, you'll notice something different happening. Something very different happening. And then what's going to happen is that life is going to start giving you back feedback. Like Allah is going to change life to the point that you'll see feedback happening on the outside. When you start seeing feedback, understand, like, you've caused an effect. You've caused that. This didn't just happen randomly. Nothing ever happens randomly. So now, because you've caused that, understand that you've done something. You've changed something here, which is you've changed where you put your attention. You've put your attention on the infinite. Because of that, things on the outside will change. So keep doing this. Keep redoing this over and over again until eventually you'll stumble upon richness. You'll stumble upon abundance. This is where you'll just accidentally become rich. Literally, you'll just accidentally become rich but it's going to happen in a way shorter amount of time, and in the more random method, in a more random way, and in a more effortless way. And that's what I teach, actually, by the way, in the Effortless Rizq course. Focus on the breath. Just keep putting your attention back on the breath constantly. And that's all it is, man. That's all it is. But anyway, I'm hoping this was helpful. Raw eggs, yeah. Raw eggs are so helpful for when you want to increase your testosterone. So powerful. Yeah, it's actually very powerful. So I'm hoping this was helpful, man. If it was, hey, just let me know.